recording.
Okay, let's see. How do we start this? Oh, Coach Stalin's here. Coach? Oh, hi, Joseph. Long time no see.
You're in this call.
Oh, you with your silly little jokes.
Look, the dads are trying to join.
Oh, how exciting!
Is this thing on?
Hey there, Coach. How's it going? Ready for another successful year?
Yes, I am. Your kid looks good in condition, and I have all the scouts coming to all of our games just to see him.
That's great.
This year, we should win all of our games and go undefeated with your son leading the way.
Yes, my card number is 599000044. Also, can you pick up that cream? I need it.
Sean, your mic's not muted.
Oh, my bad. This whole Zoom thing is confusing me. Sorry.
I can see that. Hopefully, we'll be back to how things used to be before all this craziness in no time.
You can say that again. I have not left my house this whole quarantine. The whole world is just too dangerous. You can pay me the money to go outside right now.
Can we get to what I came here for? Because I got some boys outside waiting for their coach to show up to practice.
Of course. We know how you are. The coach always has no time for conversation. Wait. Let me just grab my paper. I have a message from our lovely principal, / co-founder of the school. And it says, I hope that everyone is doing well. I know you're all scared and wondering, what is going to happen to sports? And I'm here to tell you that your lovely principal and I have come up with an idea of what this year will look like. Now, some of you will not be as happy about this. And some of you will be very happy. But if you have any questions, you know where to contact me.
Yes, so can we hear the news about sports? Because I don't got all day here.
Of course you can hear the good news, but first, don't you think we should take some questions from the parents of the players who are actually concerned about their child's health?
Yes, I do, because the parents say it's the most important. What the parents say is the most important. So do any of the parents have any questions?
Yeah, hi, Jake's dad here. So is there going to be testing of COVID to the players?
We cannot force any of the players to get tested for COVID, but we will be taking their temperature before every practice and asking them certain questions that relate to COVID symptoms.
Yes. Hi, this is Mike's dad, and I was wondering about the state championship this year because, my son is a pretty big deal around these parts. Will they be allowing parents and family friends there, or will there be a strict limit on how many people each team can have at the game?
Well, that's more of a question for the coach. So, Coach, do you have an answer for that?
So they're saying that only family members are allowed to go to the games, but also college scouts will be allowed to attend the game, so your child will have a better chance of getting a college scholarship.
I personally think that having sports during these times are just too dangerous, and we should be happy if we even get intramurals.
That is the stupidest thing that I've ever heard. I get that you are new to this town, but we're proud of our football team, and if there's no football season, then what is there to celebrate in this town? The founding of it?
Well, if we're going to have sports, we're going to have to set up rules, and every student will have to follow. No acceptance if one student athlete does not meet these requirements. And those rules are: 1, stay home if sick; 2, players should bring their own equipment if possible; 3, reduce physical closeness and keep 6 feet apart when possible; 4, wear a mask if possible; 5, players should clean their hands before and after practice, games, and sharing equipment. But last but not least, tell coach or staff members if you don't feel well. Are there any questions relating to these rules?
Will the players be sharing the same weights and balls during practice?
Well, we've tried our best to separate the two equipments and stuff so each player will get their own set of things that will need to practice. But you do have to keep in mind that we can't give every student their own thing, or we just simply go broke. It's also on the students themselves because it's up to them if they want to have a season. After all, if they don't follow our protocol, then we really just have no choice but to shut down sports in general. And who wants that?
Well, I'm going to have a Zoom call with every student athlete to tell them the protocols. So don't feel you have to tell them everything that you get on this meeting.
Is there anything else parents can do to help out with this COVID stuff? Because I feel like I'm not doing enough to help out. Is there anything I can do?
All parents can do is keep their students safe from this terrible disease. Like I said earlier, I hope that we can get back to normal so things run a lot smoother. I believe in our students because I feel like they can do it if they try their hardest.
I do have a couple of rules I like to mention. No student is allowed to hang out in more than a group of 10. When students are hanging out, they should wear a mask at all times. Do not come to practice without a water bottle because nobody will be allowed to share. Please put deodorant on in the morning because I have way too many complaints about student athletes stinking up the classrooms. So
I completely agree with the athletic director. That is why the president of this fine establishment and I have decided that. Wait, give me 1 second. Ooh, that's not good.
what is it? Can't just leave us on a cliffhanger like that. When we talked earlier, it seemed like we were on the same page that the sports were going to happen.
That's just great. Every scout will see how great of a coach you are to such a talented kid as my son.
I sure hope that the scouts will be proud of your son because I can tell you, out of the 4 years that I've coached that young man, he has made me a proud coach, and I hope he has made you a proud father.
Coach, do you have anything to say about my son? Because I know he's put in a lot of work too.
Yeah, your son, Jake, has done a really good job getting the players water when they need it.
That's my son coming in clutch on these plays you call getting the players water.
Back to my son. Do you know of any scouts from the College of Alabama that are coming? You do know Alabama is the best football college team in the nation.
Yeah, I got some comes from Alabama, Georgia, and even Clem.
We're gonna have to have a change of plans about sports happening this fall.
You've got to be kidding me. What the hell's the problem? Do you have to interrupt us with bad news? I thought you said that you and the president agreed that sports were going to happen. What has suddenly come up?
Well, you see, Coach, it appears one of your kids on the team, he tested positive for COVID. I mean, you're not going to believe who the father is.
Well, when I find out who the father is of that kid, he's going to get a piece of my mind. They obviously don't know how serious this disease is.
Kind of going to be a little hard to give yourself a piece of your own mind.
What are you talking about?
Well, it turned out it's actually your son that tested positive for COVID, Coach. That's not good.
That's impossible. My son hasn't been anywhere hanging out with anybody during this pandemic. He's been at home doing good, studious things like a good student would.
What about the Incredible Dave's incident? That made the
How
news.
the heck are we supposed to trust the coach about all these rules and stuff if his son has turned out he has COVID-19? I believe that the school deserves better than a careless coach who can't even take care of his own son.
Hey, watch it, buddy. I'm the one who determines whether your son plays or not, so you better back up before you find out your son is off the team. I will not be told by some ignorant parent how to coach my team.
Be quiet, you two. We're going to have to go straight to intramurals because it's obvious that our coach can't keep control of his own players, nevertheless his own son.
You know what? I never liked you as my boss anyways, thinking you know what's best for the students, but you really don't. You think everything is going to be okay, but it's really not. And I'm not even getting paid as well for this. So I quit. Good luck finding a coach as good as me.
I am I'm so sorry to the parents that are in this Zoom meeting. I wish we could have kept it a little more professional, but that's just that. So I guess I got a new job to fill. Where am I gonna find a new athletic director in so little time?
I'll do it.
What? I don't know. I mean, what experience do you have with being an athletic director?
Well, at Mike's old school, I was the athletic director there, and I was put in the school's Hall of Fame for being the best athletic director in school history. And I also have a master's in public health.
Jesus, that sounds great. When is the soonest you can start? Because we do have other Zoom calls that we need to get to, but I just can't do it by myself.
I can start whenever.
Well, that's great. You're hired. We will start Monday morning. I'll have the old athletic director's office cleared out. You can bring your stuff in.
That sounds great. Can't wait to see you, boss.
Well, that's all I have. Me and the new athletic director went to come up with a new plan until then. The Zoom meeting has been a complete pleasure. I hope we can come up with something soon and have a great year.